Welcome to the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show, a look at sports in and around the Tuscarawas Valley.
Big Time Sports Show. Sports Show.
The Big Time Sports Show is brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota. For a great deal on a new or used car, truck, van, or SUV, see a Ferris wheel. Ferris on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Now, here are your Big Time Sports guys.
Big Time Sports guys.
Taking care of sports business is the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to the weekly edition of Big Time Sports. My name is Joe Dunn. Charlie Jones alongside as always. And here's your invitation to stay with us for the next half hour as we talk Stark County High School football as we get set for week number 3 of the 2014 season. Charlie, 2 weeks in, have some outstanding teams already in Stark County and the adjoining area. We're going to talk about one tonight. Canton Central Catholic 2-0, off to a great start, and we're going to meet those young men and their coach in a little bit later in the program.
Well, you know, the Big Time Sports guys were down at Quaker Stadium when those Crusaders came into T County. Old Mellow Tones was there in the booth, and I'll tell you what, and I'm not saying this because they're sitting 6 feet from me, but I was impressed with the Crusader football team. Not only because they got a lot of firepower on the offensive side of the football, but Joe, these kids get out, get their nose dirty, and play some good defense for first-year coach Jeff Lindesman.
Well, they sure do. A lot of speed and athleticism on this Canton Central Catholic team. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But a reminder, this Friday night, we're going to be over at Tuslaw High School. It'll be Chippewa 2-0 against 0-2 Tuslaw. I'm not going to be there, Charlie. You have taken me off that telecast for I don't know why, but you're going to be over there in Tuslaw.
Yes, I am. I'm going to be over there in the Mustangs Corral. Okay, right. It's going to be Bruce Witter and I doing that game. It's Tuslaw and Chippewa. They tell me Chippewa score averages about 70 a game now.
They put a lot of points on the board.
Going to be interesting to see how that Mustang team can play defense against them.
That's Chippewa at Tuslaw. You can watch the replay of that Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, Sunday night at 8 o'clock with Bruce Witter and Charlie Jones with the call. A reminder, the high school football scoreboard show every Friday night from 10 o'clock to midnight over on Fox Sports Radio 1350. So be with us. We're going to be talking to coaches, players, you to fans with all the scores, all the highlights from Friday night's Week 3 high school football.
Joe, I got to throw something in there before we go to our first break. BTS Ohio. We've got a new Big Time Sports mobile app, okay, and it's going to be out there on your iPhones now late Thursday. So sometime Thursday night, everybody go to BTS Ohio on your iPhone. It's the biggest and the best in the West. You asked for it, Joe. We deliver at Big Time Sports.
Looking forward to getting that myself. We'll talk about that every week here on Big Time Sports. Right now, however, let's go back and take a look at some of the scores, some of the big wins for week number 2 all over Stark County. For the second week in a row, the Massillon Tigers had to come from behind to win. This time it was at Glen Oak. Final score 17-14. The Tigers are 2-0. But they have given up, I think, close to 900 yards defensively, so they got to tighten that up.
You know, too bad, Scott Garcia, an old buddy of mine, I, of course, was cheering for the Eagles, but Massillon pulls it out in the late stages of the game.
Jackson now 2-0. They got a big win at Green as Ricky Spradling continues to run well. Jake Pilata throwing the ball well at quarterback. They win at 33-13. They got a tough game coming up this week with Toledo St. Francis, but the Polar Bears off to a good start.
If you have the Jackson Toledo St. Francis game on the Pick'em later on in the show,
I do.
I'm all over the Polar Bears because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I got too much Kool-Aid in my bloodstream. But I'm telling you right now, the Polar Bears will beat Toledo St. Francis.
We'll talk about that one a little bit later. How about North Canton Hoover? A rivalry game with Louisville. It was Hoover 17, Louisville 14. You can throw out the record books in that one. They've been playing that game for a long, long time.
And I'll tell you, Hoover, okay, Donnie Hertler wins 200. Win 200. Yep. Over Louisville. Congratulations to Donnie Hertler. It was a great high school football game.
How about Central Catholic going up the street to take on Perry, the Perry Panthers, and when the dust settled, Central Catholic with another win, this time 24-13 over the Federal League Perry Panthers.
Boy, I'll tell you what, for these Central Catholic kids and for first-year coach Linda Smith, this one has to taste real good. As a matter of fact, I think they're probably still chewing on this baby because beating Perry, particularly Perry, okay, is good news for the Crusaders.
Well, you got to live with that one a whole year, so that is a big win for Central Catholic. How about their arch rival Aquinas? Another big win. This one over Minerva, 35-28. Central Catholic and Aquinas set to play next week, so we're going to be talking about that one on next week's show, but big win by Aquinas.
You know, Coach Bud having another good start out of the box on the season. That's a big win for Aquinas. Now, guess who has Minerva this week, Joe?
Talking about Central Catholic.
That's exactly right. So we'll be talking to Coach Linda Smith more about them Minerva Lions.
That's their home opener over at the stadium, so we'll talk about that a little bit later. As promised, our featured team this week, the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic, going to take our first break. Come back and talk Central Catholic football right here on Big Time Sports.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris. You gotta go to Bob and Pete's.
Welcome to Bob and Pete's Floors showroom. This is where you'll find an extensive selection of styles and colors with the most up-to-date designs and fashions at the price that's right for you. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tiles, a laminate floor cover, or countertops, you'll find what you need at Bob and Pete's Floors. Bob and Pete's Floors. Make your feet happy feet.
You gotta go to Bob and Pete's for happy feet.
Welcome to All-Type Heating and Cooling, your one-stop shop for all types of home repairs. That's right, All-Type Heating and Cooling not only provides complete sales and service for your furnace and air conditioning, they also do plumbing. Family owned for over 30 years and with more than 100 years combined experience, you can trust us to keep you comfortable year-round. All-Type is your authorized Lennox dealer and can service or repair any make or model. All-Type Heating and Cooling, we treat you like family.
As promised, we are talking Canton Central Catholic football tonight with head coach Jeff Lindesmith in his first year as head coach over there. And coach, off to a great start, great group of football players. You got to be real happy right now with the way things are going.
Yeah, very happy. You know, it's all our kids have worked hard since January to get to the point they are, and it's always nice to get a little reward for your hard work this early in the season.
I have not seen you guys play, but I know a number of the players that play over at Central Catholic. You've got some great speed, some great athleticism this year, maybe as much as you've had for a while over at Central.
Yeah, we think we can run a little bit. We can go horizontally and vertically. Jimmy Russell and John Colangelo are two sprinters.
Yeah.
They're sprinters in the spring. They can get it. They're subpar 4-4 kind of guys. Jake Bacutti returns at our quarterback slot that we try to keep athletic. Carter Blakeney is another big, tall receiver that can run and also plays linebacker for us. So we got a little speed on both sides of the ball.
In the first segment, we talked about your big win over Perry. And, of course, you're 2 or 3 blocks away from Perry, so that was a nice win for you.
The Battle of 13th Street. It was a nice win. Coach Wakefield has an improved team from last year. They're a physical football team that we got a few breaks, made enough big plays, and played real solid defense, which was nice. It was a big win.
Coach, I asked you the same question down at Quaker Stadium when you were down there playing at New Philly. I asked you this question at our pregame show. I want you to tell everybody out there in TV land, you spend all that time prowling the sidelines, okay? Helping Coach Kleinfelder. Now, all of a sudden, you are behind the wheel. It's your game. It's your show. So what does Jeff Lindesmith do now that it's finally his game?
Well, I tell you, the first thing I try to do is have some fun.
There you go.
You know, it's contagious to the kids, and I hope the kids see that. I'm serious when you need to be, but we have fun. We work hard when we're supposed to, and we care about one another. That was always the first line I told the kids when I first was appointed the head coach, I said, we're just going to be accountable to one another all the time. And I always believe this from years of coaching with, and I've been around some state championships in baseball and football. It's amazing what people and kids can do when they care about the kids to the right of them or to the left of them more than themselves. Magical things happen, so that's probably my baseline for it.
That game down at New Philly, the big-time sports guys came away from that game impressed. We knew that you were going to have a nice squad this year, but we didn't know that, for example, Joe mentioned it, you got speed, you got guys on the corner, you play good defense, and your guys are not afraid to get their nose dirty. You got a nice chemistry going over there in that Crusader camp.
Well, I've always been a part of the Crusader tradition, football, and we want to be physical football players, first of all. We want to be sound fundamentally, and it's always nice when you can add a little, some juice and some speed on the edges.
Oh, yeah.
It helps you, and it makes you a better team.
I'll tell you what, you're D5, you read the papers, you talk to people around Stark County. They're looking at you maybe to get into week 11. But as a coach, I know you can't look that far ahead, but it's nice to know that they're thinking very positively about your program.
Oh, it's always nice to get compliments, but you know, it's a thing that's, I think it's really hard to teach the kids because, you know, everybody talks to them, everybody does that. And our goal when we broke camp was to get better by the day. And then when the season started, we want to get better by the week. And we'll let everything else take care of itself. We have some long-term goals we talked about, but that was a lot in the winter. Those are kind of motivational things when you're in the weight room. But as soon as the season starts, it's day by day.
Be two pretty good football teams in New Philadelphia and also Perry. Taking a look at those first two wins and now looking ahead, what do you have to get better at? What do you think you have to get better at before you take the field again Friday?
Yeah, there's a lot of things we try to get better at. After we got done with Perry, we sat down and broke the film down. Fundamentally, there's a lot of people that did some things that got away with some careless acts. We weren't happy with our special teams at Perry in the second half. Like Charlie saw us at New Philly, our special teams made a difference. We scored on a punt return. Right. We kicked the ball deep. We pinned them inside the 20 a couple times. And we didn't do that against Perry. And we got improvements all three phases. But our defense has been pretty solid both weeks. And we hope they get better.
You know, the most impressive thing, you got 2 wins, both those wins on the road. I mean, you haven't had a home game yet, and you always play well at home. So to get those 2 W's on the road, that's a big plus.
Yeah, it sure was nice. We have 4 in a row right now at home. So kind of protect our house a little bit would be nice, but we're just going to worry about Minerva coming up.
What about the numbers over at Central Catholic, too? Is that up a little bit as far as players?
It's about the same as it has been the last couple of years. We're about 41 sophomores, juniors, and seniors with us, so right in that ballpark. And as long as we stay healthy, that's okay.
I know you could have brought a lot of people with you tonight. Who'd you bring?
Our 3 captains, and really, to be a captain for Central is quite an honor because it is voted by their teammates, their peers, and they feel that these 3 young men account for our football team and represent our football team. Our quarterback, Jake McCuddy, our center, Noah Miller, and linebacker, wide receiver, and Carter Blakeney.
All right, we're going to meet these 3 young men, continue to talk Central Catholic football. Coach is going to be back with a little scouting report on Minerva, so stay with us. Big Time Sports continues right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Let Designer Stone bring the beauty of natural stone into your home. Now granite from Designer Stone is affordable for your home. Granite is ideal for kitchen countertops, bathrooms, and floors, and is elegant and unique in color and patterns. Make granite from Designer Stone the choice to beautify your home. Call Designer Stone today at 1-866-860-4747.
There for you. Care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. There for you. Care
Okay, welcome back to the Big Time Sports Show. Joe Dunn along with Charlie Jones. As we said, we're talking Canton Central Catholic football tonight. The Crusaders 2-0. They have their home opener this Friday night against Minerva. Charlie, we got three young men here that are playing excellent football. They're the captains over there for Coach Linda Smith, and they're ready to make it 3-0 on Friday night.
All right, guys, let's get it going here and talk Crusader football. Joe, I'm going to start all the way down that end and talk to your good friend, wide receiver and linebacker Carter Blakeney. And Carter, welcome aboard, my friend.
Thank you very much.
2 weeks under your belt, 2-0 in your gun belt, okay? How you feeling? You feeling good about the Crusaders?
Yeah, we're feeling good, but our hardest thing is going to be just taking it week by week. You know, not getting too ahead of ourselves, not thinking about too much in the future, just taking it week by week, practice by practice.
Coach Linda Smith told Joe and I during our opening segment that the best thing about this team is the cohesiveness. I mean, the guy beside you on the left, the guy beside you on the right, you got to take care of each other. How do you see that?
Oh yeah, I see that a lot. We had a big turnout in the off season, as Coach was saying. In the winter, you know, we got a really close group. We've all been together for a while, and the chemistry's good. We're all just real close.
Well, we saw you, of course, down at Quaker Stadium in Philly, and congratulations to you and your teammates.
Thank you.
You guys played a great game, and when the coach says, hey, special teams were looking pretty good that night,
oh yeah,
they most certainly were. Now, complete this sentence for me. Okay. Being named a captain at Canton Central Catholic means what to you?
It's just an honor that my teammates would name me as captain, that they think that much of me. They would decide and choose that they want me to be one of their leaders.
What about this summer, knowing it's your last hurrah with a Crusader helmet on? How did you spend your summer sharpening your skills? You spent a lot of time with your buddy Jake out on the field running routes, catching passes?
Yep. We spent a lot of time in the weight room with the team, a lot of time out on the field, you know, throwing, just getting everything down.
Okay. All right, final question, and then we got to talk to your favorite and everybody over on Tuscarawas Avenue's favorite high school quarterback, your buddy Jake McCuddy. Now, final question. What is our good friend going to do after he graduates from Canton Central Catholic?
I'm going to go to college. I'm hoping to play football. It really depends on what school takes interest in me, and if that has the education, what I want to go into. In college, whatever suits me best, that's what I'm going to go for.
All right, buddy. Best of luck Friday night against Minerva. Best of luck this season, okay?
Thank you.
Joe, you want to talk to the young man on your right there or not?
Yeah, quarterback Jake McCuddy. I've known this guy for a long time, watched him play some youth baseball, watched him play a lot of sports. And Jake, your final year. I mean, you guys are 2-0 right now. Looking back, getting all the way to your senior year, all the work you put in, has it been worth it to get to this point?
Definitely. It's a really good experience to be around all the guys and have just come together as a team like we do. And it's just really, really nice.
I know academically Central Catholic is a challenge. I mean, a lot of good things happen over there in the classroom. How much time does that leave you to prepare for those Friday night football games? Because as a quarterback, you got to look at some tape, you got to look at defenses. Tell us about your time management over there, getting everything in.
Well, I think we have plenty of time, and I think Coach gives us plenty of time off for our schoolwork and to have enough time to look at our scouting report and to watch film. And school, it's a lot harder than I think most schools, even though I don't know other schools like I know Central. But I think it's getting most kids more prepared for college than other schools.
Sure. What do you look for when you're watching tape? You're taking a look at the defense. Is there certain things you look at? Do you look at it by yourself? Do you have the coach next to you, or how does that work?
I'm always sitting right next to Coach during films, and you're normally looking at the corners and safeties to see if their read steps are back before the snap or as soon as the snap is snapped. And that's usually my biggest read before the play.
How much time does it take you watching film or once you get into that first couple series on Friday night to know what you can get done on the field? Do you kind of bank some things and say, hey, I watched this on tape, I think I can get this done with a specific pattern, or not?
I think on Friday nights going into that game, we're more prepared than anybody. And I think we watch enough film throughout the week to prove that.
You know, Perry, right down the street, as Coach said, you got to live with that outcome for a long, long time. How big a win was it for you in your senior year?
It was awesome. It's 2 years in a row now, and that probably hasn't happened much throughout our history at Central. And we kind of just take 1 week at a time. It's 1 week, every Super Bowl is each week, and that's just what we do.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jake, it's been fun watching you play. You got a great senior year in store for you, and hopefully you'll be playing somewhere next year. I know you told me you hope to play in college if you get the opportunity.
Yep.
What would you like to major in? Any choices right now?
I'm undecided right now, but I'm still looking.
There you go. Well, best of luck not only against Minerva, but the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Jake Picotti, quarterback. And Charlie, you want to talk to this young man?
Yeah, let's talk to our favorite high school center, okay? This is our...
I didn't know you liked centers.
Well, hey, I love centers.
I know you do.
I love the center of the buffet line.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, but no, this is our young friend Noah Miller, and Noah is the center on the Crusader football team. And Noah, you and I both know this. Guys over here with their nice haircuts and their nice hairstyles, you know, and their sleeveless vests, and, you know, they're the pretty guys on the team. They get all the headlines, okay, and all the accolades. And while all this is going on, where's my buddy Noah? And what you're down there in the trenches, getting you're in hand-to-hand combat, okay, so that they look good. Am I right or wrong?
Absolutely right.
Okay, now, okay, see, I knew you'd agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now. Noah Miller, okay? Center. You got to be big. You got to be physical. How much time in the weight room this summer did Noah Miller spend?
I try to be in there as much as I can, along with my teammates, and sometimes on my own, just trying to eat a lot, trying to get bigger. After wrestling season, I was pretty skinny, like 195, so had to put on some pounds, especially with some encouragement from my fellow teammates.
All right, so I got to ask, because I ask all offensive linemen the same question. You get a play in from the sidelines. Coach Linda Smith sends in a play. Okay, it's a run play. Okay, does that make you happy? Would you rather run block or pass block?
Well, I guess in the game it doesn't really matter to me. Whatever gets the job done. So I trust Coach Linda Smith's play call. So whatever he calls in, I'm happy with.
The toughest job, is it not? Now, you are allowed to disagree with me,
yeah,
just because it's my show and I'm sitting beside you, okay? What's the most fun, run block or pass block?
I like run block.
I would think
more
so.
fun. Absolutely.
That way you get to hit somebody and you're moving. Now, pass block, you got to hold and you know, try to fend them off, right?
Absolutely, yep.
Who's your favorite NFL football player and why?
It's got to be Alec Mack.
Gonna be who?
Mack, Brown center.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and all right, now why is that?
I guess just because I'm a center and I love the Browns, so just I can relate.
You have aspirations maybe someday of taking his job with the Browns? You think so?
I don't know if my size qualifies, but maybe when I was littler I dreamed of it, but since I'm full grown and no, I'm not growing much more.
All right. Now let's talk a quick question about the Minerva Lions, and then we're going to go to another topic here. But Minerva, okay, what does Noah Miller have to do, okay, to get a win over there against Minerva?
Well, I got to lead the line. I think the line's a very important part of the game, so we need to get together and play well together, make sure we all know our assignments, and just get the job done, so give our running back some holes.
All right, thanks for coming in. Good luck Friday night, my young friend. You did a nice job on the show, okay?
Thank you.
And good luck the rest of the season, all right?
Thank you.
Joe?
There you go. You got to meet three young men that are playing excellent football for Canton Central Catholic. We're back. Going to have Charlie predict some games, get a scouting report on Minerva right after this.
The Big Time Sports Show with Charlie and Joe will be back right after this word from Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota.
Ferris Toyota is driving down the prices during our summer drive sale. Hi, this is Pat Ferris. Lease a new Toyota Corolla for just $139 a month. Camrys for $159, RAV4s for $169, and Priuses for $199. And every lease includes 24 months of no-cost maintenance. Toyota even has 0% financing on 12 different models to make it even better. Ferris Toyota on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
When the door of opportunity opens, what do you see? A landscape to pursue your passion and a rewarding career. A university with $120 million in student awards to lower the cost of education. A place where work opportunities during college lead to great jobs.
Akron has opened my eyes to so many opportunities.
New career options.
Akron gave me the motivation to make my dreams come true.
The University of Akron, where you get the greatest lifetime return on investment of any Northeast Ohio public university.
Our commitment has always been to you. You inspire our compassion that leads to better care. You're the reason we invest in technologies and facilities that provide better results and greater comfort. You motivate us to be the best we can be every day, and we'll continue doing it. Altman Hospital, leading our community to improved health.
Okay, welcome back to Big Time Sports as we get set for week number 3 already in the 2014 high school football season. Big game over at Canton Central Catholic on Friday night as the Crusaders try and make it 3 in a row against Minerva, a team that put 28 points on the board Friday night. Coach, home opener, big challenge, and I know you guys are going to be ready. What can you tell us about Minerva?
Yeah, Minerva's got an outstanding tailback. Number 14 hurt us last year. I believe he was a player of the county after they played us last year. Wow. Fast kid, great vision. They have a new quarterback, which I really like. Good release. They always are a physical defensive team, run a stack 3-3, blitz some people off the edges, blitz inside. You never know quite where they're going. So it's a good challenge for our offensive line.
They always say you get better between weeks 1 and 2. And I know you're hoping it continues getting better week 2 to 3, right?
No question. In fact, our players said that, we didn't have the jump we wanted from week 1 to week 2, we thought, on 3 phases. So hopefully that big jump will come this week.
Should be some extra adrenaline pumping with that home opener, too.
Yeah, it's going to be nice not to get on that bus, old yellow bus, and head down to some place. It's just walk from the school down to the locker room and.
Now watch what you say about New Philly now. I knew you corrected yourself.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, best of luck against Minerva. I know you got some big games coming up later in the year. In fact, the following week is a real big one. We'll talk about that one on the show next week. But thanks for coming over. Great start. Keep it going.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
There you go. Coach Jeff Lindesmith and Charlie, here we go.
Here we go. Hold on tight because
last week you improved over that first week's performance. I was really disappointed in your picks in week 1. But as a true veteran, you come back and go 4-2 last week.
That's right. I'm a late bloomer, baby. Or just say I'm a late, period.
Well, no comment on that one. But here we go. The big games in week number 3. How about Toledo St. Francis at Jackson? Can the Polar Bears make it 3 in a row?
The Polar Bears and Bo Balderson will make it 3 in a row. It's going to be a long ride back to Toledo for the boys from St. Francis.
I'll tell you, St. Francis has an outstanding running back. I think his name is Carswell. He's been close to 300 yards both games, but you like Jackson in that one. How about the Massillon Tigers? They have come back twice. They're now 2-0. They've got one of the better high school football programs overall for years and years and years. Warren Harding, I'm not sure how good Harding is this year, but they'll be over in Tigertown on Friday night.
I'm going to go with the Tigers from Massillon. They're going to be 3-0. And Joe, according to my scouting report, this game's not going to be as close as people might think.
Is that right?
Yeah. I got it from a guy by the name of Joe Dunn that Massillon is going to roll over Warren Harding.
I like the Tigers in this one. How about Perry down at New Philly to take on the Quakers?
Well, here I go. I'm going to get shot no matter which way I go. I'm going to go with the Quakers.
Okay. How about Marlington at Aquinas?
Got to go with St. Thomas.
Aquinas, of course, looking ahead maybe to Central Catholic in a week, but that should be a good one over in the eastern part of the county. Orville at Northwest over in the new turf over in Canal Fulton.
I'll tell you what, I like the new turf, and I also like the Indians from Northwest, baby.
Akron East at Lake. Now, the Blue Streaks are 0-2, but they have gotten beat by 2 pretty good football teams in Greene and a real good football team in Hudson. Now they got the East Dragons coming in.
All right. Lake picks up their first win of the season. Go with the Blue Streaks.
There you go. Charlie, week number 3 already. I know you got a big volleyball game tomorrow. However, Jackson and Glen Oak, you can watch right here on Big Time Sports.
That's right. Glen Oak and Jackson in high school volleyball. Watch it tomorrow night at 11 o'clock and again Sunday afternoon at 1.
There you go. For Charlie Jones, I'm Joe Dunn. Thanks for watching. Back next week with more Big Time Sports.
This has been the Big Time Sports Show.
Big Time Sports Show.
With your Big Time Sports guys, the mellow tones of Charlie Jones and the voice of the Akron Zips, Joe Dunn. The Big Time Sports Show has been brought to you exclusively by Ferris Chevrolet Buick Cadillac Toyota on Wabash Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Think Ferris.
Tune in every week and see the guys take care of sports biz.
Big Time Sports Show.